Hi YouTubers, it's Evan next in a row, so we ramble right now. So nice big ass ramble like the big ass cigar. So I want to talk about a ramble right now. So today is March 7th, 2018, pretty cool big ass cigar for life, nice big ass ramble for life. So I know a lot of people like Fred likes ramble, so nice big ass ramble for life. So point is, I want to talk about right now, this is a health related ramble on tobacco. So I know some people don't like health related topics on tobacco, so please click off right now if you don't like health related topics. No wine, no bitching, please. So basically, I want to talk about, everyone knows by smoking cigars and pipes, like big ass cigars, big ass pipes, that you're at higher risk for potentially like mouth, oral cancer, throat cancer, that kind of stuff. And obviously, depending how much you smoke, depending if you inhale or not, depending if you smoke, chemically laced tobacco, it increases your risk every now and then, or you get the point. So, I mean, depending how many cigars a day you smoke, depending how many pipes a day you smoke, nice big ass pipe life, okay, I'll stop. So, depending how much you smoke determines your risk factors. Also, inhaling greatly affects your risk factors because the more smoke is drawn to your deeper part of your body, the greater the risk. So my question is, it's actually more of a question than a ramble, is if you had a symptom of a potential disease, a potential, the C word, not that C word, that the word cancer, you thought you might have cancer, would you immediately seek a medical attention? So that's my question to you, the subscriber, the viewer, is if you, for example, had a sore in your mouth, or you had a sore in your tongue, or you were coughing a lot and you had a new change in cough. I mean, I'm not a doctor, I'm not giving you medical advice, I'm not a big ass doctor for life, like the big ass cigar. Would you immediately seek medical advice? Or medical treatment, rather. So, because I've had, over my course of my smoking career, if you want to call it that, I've been smoking for almost 9 years now. Next month will be 9 years, and I've had my, not really a cancer scare, but I've had my fair share of cases where I think I might have had something suspicious, and I have definitely gotten them checked out. So, for instance, back in 2010 or 2010, I had a red spot on my tongue, and I went to the dentist, and they just said it was lack of tongue brushing. So, because I wasn't brushing my tongue enough, I had like plaque on my tongue. So, but I, could be something else. Because a red spot on your tongue could also indicate, again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not giving you medical advice, but it could indicate a oral cancer, tongue cancer. So my question to you is, if you're somebody who smokes cigars and pipes and you're fully aware of the risks involved, obviously for people who are over 18, over 21, would you seek medical treatment or medical advice by a professional medical doctor if you started to develop symptoms? For instance, if you had a sore in your tongue, a sore in your lip, or you had a new or changing cough or hoarseness in your voice, because that could indicate vocal cord cancer or throat cancer, would you ignore it or would you seek medical advice? And my personal opinion is I'm a chicken. Nice big ass chicken for life, yes. I'm somebody who's a chicken. I would immediately go to a doctor without a question if it lasted more than a week or so, and immediately get a dentist or a doctor to examine it, because the earlier you diagnose cancer, not giving medical advice for the last time, the earlier you diagnose it, the better prognosis. Early diagnosis saves lives. So I've seen people, or I've heard of stories of people who ignore symptoms for 3 weeks, even 3 months, or even a year, and then will just hopefully they will hope it will go away. And it's a very bad move, because the longer you put off getting treatment, not to scare people, and believe me, cigars and pipes in moderation are not a terrible thing. I mean, there are a lot worse things like drug abuse, alcohol abuse, gambling addiction, that kind of stuff. But I mean, in moderation, cigars and pipes are not terrible, and I mean, 1 cigar a week, even 1 cigar a day is not terrible for you. But obviously for people who are over 18, over 21 for the last time, like me, I'm almost 27, so it's really for people who, it's an adult hobby, so, and it's like, but there's a risk involved, by lighting up a cigar or putting a whatever in your mouth, didn't sound right, you are increasing your risk of potential cancer. So especially if you drink alcohol on top of that, you are also drinking alcohol if you're over 21. So my question to you, the viewer, is if you ever developed any kind of early symptom of cancer in your mouth or throat or lungs, would you immediately get it checked out by a doctor, or would you ignore it and hopefully you would hope it would go away? Because in my opinion, not a doctor for the last time, not a big ass doctor like the big ass cigar, I would definitely get it checked out, because any kind of increased risk, even like my mother, for example, she recently had something on her tongue. She's not a smoker herself. She's not somebody who uses any tobacco products or doesn't drink excessively, but she was getting canker sores on her tongue. She went to her dentist right away. I think that's a good move because, and in the end, it just turned out to be a thrush. So she had thrush on her tongue. So, and now it's gone away. So that's good for her. And I love my mom. Nice big ass mom for life. So definitely, you know, be careful. I mean, obviously, you're smoking 10 cigars a day. You're playing with freaking fire. You're gonna get. I'm not saying you're. What I'm saying is you're smoking that many cigars a day, you're asking for trouble. So you are asking for trouble and you're probably gonna get something sooner or later. When it comes to things like smoking 1 cigar a week or even 1 cigar a day, then it's like, yes, long term it could catch up to you when you're older in your 50s and 60s and 70s, but it's less of a risk. But anyway, my overall point of this video, my overall point bottom line is, would you seek medical advice if you started to develop some kind of early sign of cancer? Because that is probably the right move, is to get checked out by a doctor, because at worst, I'm not giving any medical advice, but at worst, the worst thing that can happen is the doctor says, you know what, it's nothing to worry about. Like my tongue, it was just lack of tongue brushing, so, and I turned out to be fine, but it could have been an early sign of like a precancerous lesion. So definitely I would say getting checked out. And, you know, be careful, and don't smoke excessively, don't drink excessively, and be over 18, over 21 for the last time, if that's my big ass cigar of life. But that is my question. That's my question is, would you seek medical treatment, or would you just ignore it? So, give me thoughts, bye. Nice big ass cigar videos for life. Nice big ass ramble for life, bye.